Hey, listeners. I won't waste much of your time. I just wanted to let you know that the response to Flop TV Season 2 has been so overwhelming that we're keeping the shows available through mid-March so that folks who got their tickets later in the season have a little extra time to check out the shows before they go away. And if anyone wants to go to theflophouse.simpletix.com at the last minute and squeeze in a binge watch, you can do that too. Just be sure to watch before midnight Eastern Time on Sunday, March 16. Okay, now the show. Hey, everyone, and welcome to the Flophouse. I'm Dan McCoy.
I'm Stuart Wellington.
And I'm Elliott Kalin. Stuart was laughing because he's got a cat in his lap right now.
Yeah. Archie, my stripy cat, is very affectionate, particularly with Stuart, of the house guests that we get. And he's rubbing all over between the two of us like, hey,
He's doing what
are overrated.
What about
he's
old
doing
Arch?
what is technically called putting his stink on me.
Yeah, sneaking us up. Hey, this is the Flophouse, as previously mentioned.
I'm
normally
Elliott
on the
Kalin.
Flophouse. Oh, wait,
I'm
we're doing that
Stuart
again.
Wellington.
Okay, and I'm Dan McCoy. But what we do on the Flophouse...
We did our names backwards, Memento style.
primarily is to watch bad movies and then talk about them. However, every other week we have been doing minis where we just kind of freestyle it. One of us is in charge. And I'm in charge this week. And I will say that, you know, the state of the world has sort of made it hard for me to like think of new things, sort of enjoy things, enjoy life, conceptualize, not just be wanting to sort of lie down and not move. And so it's at
Ever
times
since
like,
your boy got elected, right? Now that you don't have anything to work toward.
that's not why. You always like to put that out in the world. And I don't care for it. So it's weeks like these that I'm like, let's fall back on an old favorite.
Okay.
A refillable, if you will.
I love favorites. They're my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to take a trip to the land of Goofs
Oh,
with a
Yeah, we
goof
are.
contest.
I love Goofs.
Dan loves these too, yeah.
Oh, man.
Who doesn't love a good goof?
Now,
There's a
this
whole
is,
troop of them.
Now, if you'll recall from previous installments, goof-based installments, the IMDb pages for films have a goof section where people are able to catalog the errors, the snubs, the flubs that happen in the course of making film.
Think of them as
And,
Hollywood's community notes, and they work just as well.
They're bloopers without the practical jokes. That will make sense to people who grew up at the time that I grew up, but not other people.
Did you ever, Dan, when you watched the Bloopers and Practical Joke show, were you like me where you liked the bloopers but did not care for the practical jokes?
I was exactly like that. I'm like, get these practical jokes out of here. I just want to see
Not interested.
bloopers.
I want to
they
see
be
famous
meaner?
people messing up. Can they be meaner?
Yeah. But so these are community contributed. And as such, the idea of what a goof is wide ranging and interesting. And
There's a lot of
And how we-
academic work being done on the subject, or at least there was until recently with the government cuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
now how we do that is this is a,
Goofmaster in charge over here.
this is nominally a game where I read a goof
I guess in chief.
and
What's your official Goofmaster title in chief?
I'm Goofmaster General.
Yeah.
This is sort of a game where I will read out a goof, and it's up to you, gentlemen, to try and shout out what movie you think this goof is from.
Okay.
Like all games, it only has limited appeal as a podcast that people listen to. So if you want to digress and add some zazz to it,
Nope.
that's always
Taking
okay.
it seriously.
It'll just be,
Gameplay.
and this one is called "I Love the '80s, but I Hate Those Fucking Goofs." These are
Okay.
80s movies goofs. These are not
Okay.
necessarily.
Because we're like 80s kids around here. We grew
Yeah.
up with like slap bracelets and
that's a little-
acid wash jeans and
Yeah.
I feel like most of those things are early 90s. But
Jurassic Park and The Net and The Matrix, 80s stuff, you know?
and a 14-year-old Stuart.
Yeah.
Nirvana, 80s stuff.
So these are all 80s movies, not necessarily the the top
The
of 80s.
1993 Mets, 80s stuff.
Not necessarily the top of 80s cinema, but certainly iconically 80s films.
Stranger Things.
Now, in some of these cases, I will have redacted details that maybe are too giveaway. Well, there's a few names in here that if I just use the names, you would know what it is. But a lot of times I actually just keep the name because maybe you'll remember, maybe you won't. Who knows? Anyway, that's enough explanation. Here's your first fucking goof. Alex is shown using only a plastic face shield while operating an angle grinder. OSHA requires eye protection also, parentheses goggles, whenever face protection is needed. What kind of fucking goof made this goof?
This
Or what movie?
Is this Flashdance?
I was going to guess Flashdance also.
Yeah.
Yay!
Well, guys, I think this might be the first time a goof was successfully guessed.
Usually,
part of this.
it was all
Guess that goof.
usually our goofs are goofed on, but this time
We're
we
gonna have to-
ungoofed the goof.
We're gonna have to get like a fucking matching goof tattoos now because we finally
Yes, we
did
do.
it.
That
Yeah.
it's going to
Now
show
you're the
her
goof
in
troop.
Flashdance arc welting the word goof on it.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
us,
yeah.
Yeah.
Or instead of water splashing on her, it's just goof splashing on it.
Just a whole
Jennifer
bucket full of
Beals.
goofs. Yeah.
Put some fucking goggles on. You're going to go blind.
Yeah.
And then you can't flash
You
dance
can't
anymore.
dance anymore.
You can still flash dance. You just can't watch other flash dancers.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, you
don't
can also
wanna
go blind if the flash dance is too flashy.
claim
If the flash
you
is
can't
too
flash
bright.
dance.
Don't
That's
look
the
into
thing.
the flash when you flash dance.
The thing is, nothing's going to keep. I'm going to put nothing between my peepers and the flash dance. I need
Is that
to
what the
see it.
flash
Have you-
is?
Have you guys ever been at the theater? Yeah, the Flash, the superhero. Yeah, he just
Yeah.
dances.
Yeah,
Have
that's
you ever
what
been
the
to?
Speed Force. Yeah.
You've been to a theater and they go, please refrain from all flash dance photography before the show, during the show.
Yeah. I have been to one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, you can't stop me. And I take out a DVD of Flashdance and I start taking pictures of it.
You're like, why'd I spend so much money on these tickets to Hamilton if I'm just going to sit in my seat taking pictures of a Flashdance DVD? Yeah.
Okay, well, here's another goof. A goof you might be able
See
to
on the
divine.
street in your ordinary life.
Yeah. It's a
Here's a
regular,
goof we've
ordinary
all noticed.
daily goof. Give us this day our daily goofs and etc.
Yay, I will fear no goofs, for thou art with me.
Here we go. Gary says to the perfume salesgirl, one does not refer to a 23-year-old woman, meaning Lisa, as a girlfriend. Name redacted, was 24 at the time of filming. What kind of fucking goof is this? That the character's age was not exactly the same age as the person playing this character.
We all know that actors can only play the same age that they are in real life. That's just a rule.
That's
Yeah.
kind of piece
Jason
of shit
Statham only
goofster.
plays like 60-year-old men.
This actress was a full year older than the
Okay.
script had her.
A perfume
This is a
salesperson.
pretty good goof.
Yeah. Does that help you decide
Whether it
movie
was a
it
good
is?
goof or not a good goof, yeah, it helps me
Yeah,
decide.
it does help. I always love Dan's anger at the erroneous goofs.
Okay, this would have been in the 80s.
Yes.
You've grasped the twin pillars of the premise
If
here.
this was a
There's a
Killing
goof.
Joke song, it would be the 80s. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I will say this was I don't know. I don't know. Pretty in Pink, sure.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
do you have a
say
guess?
I'm gonna say Loverboy.
You know, you came sort of close with Pretty in Pink, Stuart. It is Weird Science. Weird Science,
That
of
is
course,
pretty
another.
close.
They do
Yeah.
go. There is a scene in a mall in Weird Science, but I did not remember a perfume salesperson.
Yeah. Well, perhaps you'll do better with this
Let's do it, yeah.
Unforgivable goof.
Probably not.
That U2 album, The Unforgivable Goof.
Oh man.
Dan, my memory is. I'm not going to get it. My memory for movies is so bad. Let me just tell you, I don't even remember what movie I just guessed in that last one. I don't remember what movie I said. So let's go on. What's this goof?
When Name Redacted grabs some rope at the cabin,
Okay.
he says, 3/4-inch double braid. The rope is actually a 3-strand construction. These fucking goofsters.
I hope someone got fired for that one for
Don't
sure. Yeah.
know what kind of rope they're dealing with.
I'm going to guess the
It's a
Great Outdoors.
3-strand.
I'm going to guess The Great Outdoors. What about that?
Okay, I'll guess, I don't know, Funny Farm.
You're in the zone in that you're going comedy. And this is, I think, primarily a comedy, even though it has other elements to it.
On Golden Pond?
Would it help you to know?
Cemetery?
Would it help you to know that the name that I redacted was actually a number?
Short Circuit?
Yeah, it is, in fact, Short Circuit.
Ah. That might be, it might not be a goof for the movie. It might be that they're showing us that Johnny Five is alive and can now make errors in identifying rope.
I think you should put it in the incorrectly regarded as Goofs section.
You're right, Dan.
IMDb.
I have the time to go into the goof section for Short Circuit and correct the goofs with my interpretation
What do you
of the
got
scene.
going on? I don't understand.
Nothing.
Okay, well, this is a goof that I know at least not to provide too big of a clue. I think this goof is close to Stuart's heart. So here we go. At around 10 minutes, Annie tells the truck driver she will cook for 50 kids. But later, at around 19 minutes, tells the Jeep driver she doesn't like to call children kids. Fucking character inconsistency goof. Her preference to not condescend to children by calling them kids is thrown in the trash when she's, earlier in the movie. You have to remember back that she'd said that, but.
You got to have a goof brain. You got to be looking for goofs.
Okay.
Goof hunter.
Cast your mind back 9 minutes and remember that this does not, perhaps it's a different Annie. Maybe she's been replaced. Who knows?
And I'm guessing it's not Annie from the movie Annie?
No.
Little Orphan Annie?
It's a good guess, but I would have redacted the name if it was, in fact, the titular Annie.
Yes. Okay. So Annie, she sometimes calls kids, sometimes doesn't want to call them kids.
I don't know, Troop Beverly Hills.
And there's a lot of kids in this scene?
She's just saying that later she's going to cook for 50 kids, but then in both cases she's talking about absent kids that are like
okay. So it's not like it's
talking
not
to people who drive things.
It's not the 80s movie called 50 Kids Adventure or something like that. You know?
Would be
Whoa,
weird
so
if
many
Dan
kids.
tricked us on this one.
I'm going to guess, you know what? I have no idea, so I'm just going to guess any 80s movie that comes to mind. Rocky IV.
No,
Okay. Is it Rocky IV?
They say a foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of small minds, and Annie doesn't
of lesser
have that.
minds, and they don't say that, Dan. Ralph Waldo Emerson says that.
Okay,
proper.
other people.
Let's get proper attribution, Daniel. Yes, but it's not.
It's been said by many people, including me.
Dan's right, actually.
If you'll check the tape.
It's true. Other people have said it. That's true.
It's
not
Friday
just
the
my boy
13th.
RWE.
Friday the 13th.
Oh, Friday
You're
the
right.
13th.
You're
Okay.
right.
Okay, well, this
The only goof in the movie, an otherwise flawless film.
Yeah.
This is an unconscionable.
I feel
goof,
like I'm
this
learning
next
that
one.
I'm the real goof.
I can't believe they did this, but
Oh, no.
here goes.
Oh, man.
How could they?
How could they? It's my beautiful boy. Dame Redacted says, I would have waited an eternity for this while standing over the fallen Name Redacted. Literally waiting forever means it would never happen. What a fucking semantic goof. A temporal semantic goof being made there. If you waited forever, it would never happen.
Was it Thunderball where the villain was semantic
fucking
goof? Well, semantic goof. Your plan was never going to succeed.
This is a very
I think you'll
80s
find
property.
that what you mean to say is my plan was unlikely to succeed. You can't prove a negative. You can't say it would never succeed. So an
I would
80s
have
movie.
waited an eternity for this.
Yeah, this is
Waited an eternity. There's
a
Masters of the
very
Universe.
80s.
That's a good call.
It's very close.
Okay.
Stuart, can you take that double hint and
Yeah, I'm going to say Crawl. Is it Kroll,
I see
Dan?
where you're going, but the closeness was that it's an 80s cartoon. It's Transformers the movie.
Oh.
Man.
Optimus Prime is the one who's fallen.
Yeah.
So the goof is not that they're living robots that turn into cars.
No.
I mean, that's a pretty egregious goof. I've never
It's
seen
pretty fucked up, right?
This doesn't
Never
exist in
seen
real
that
life.
in-
No.
Let's take a brief moment to
remember the goofs we've lost.
remember the goofs we've lost, and to say thank you to our sponsor for this episode, which is Factor. Are you ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Well, Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating well easy. They're dietitian approved and ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes, so you can fuel right and feel great no matter what life throws at you. These are meals that arrive fresh and fully packed, surround, so firm, so fully packed. Lucky Strike is fine tobacco. No,
it's toasted. Yeah.
Factor meals are fully prepared. They're perfect for an active, busy lifestyle. You just toss these in the microwave. They're ready to eat in mere minutes. They can help you feel your best all day long with wholesome smoothies, breakfast, grab-and-go snacks, other add-ons such as those, and you can reach your goals this year with ingredients you can trust and convenience that can't be beat. I've had some of these, and let me tell you that as a prepackaged convenience food, and one that, in my case, was meant to be low in calorie, not meant to be, it was, I chose the low-calorie option. These are, great meals if you need to have a meal on the go very fast.
They're really good. I had a Factor meal for lunch yesterday. It was really great. It was super fast, which I needed because I didn't have a lot of time to eat, and it really filled me up. And I don't get to eat a lot of the Factor meals in our household because my wife's always taking them. She's always taking them with her for lunch at work. And so I'll see all these Factor meals in the fridge, and I'm like, these all sound good. These are great. And then within a few days, they're gone because they are her first choice for a meal that she can eat at work. Something. Yeah, so I have to eat a tumbleweed or a cricket. Yeah. But I've never been dissatisfied with a Factor meal. I've always enjoyed them.
They're quite good. So eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use code FACTORPODCAST to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code FACTORPODCAST at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box.
Hey.
Hey there.
Do you love reading smut?
Erotica?
Romance?
Romantasy?
Is your e-reader full of horny fairies and sexy shifters?
Are your shelves bursting with enemies to lovers?
We're reading smut, your new fated mate.
Every other Friday, we dive into sexy books and talk to the people who love them.
Consider this our meet cute.
Reading smut every other Friday on Maximum Fun.
Hello, Internet. I'm your husband host, Travis McElroy.
And I'm your wife host, Teresa McElroy.
And this is a promo for Schmanners.
It's extraordinary etiquette.
For ordinary occasions. Every week, we're going to tell you about a bit of culture, a bit of history, how etiquette still applies in the modern day, all that stuff.
We also love to do biographies and histories of and, general procedurals, how to do etiquette in today's society.
So come check it out every Friday on MaximumFun.org or wherever you find your podcasts.
Manners schmanners. Get it?
Now, back to the sort of game that I am making you guys do. This is round 2.
I think I honestly Stuart's winning. Actually, Dan, can I throw a plug in to salve my wounds at not winning right now? Sure. I'd like to remind people that Harley Quinn, a comic book series from DC Comics that I write, is on comic book stores right now. Go to comic book store shelves. I always say on comic book stores. It's not on the top of the store. Don't go to the roof. It's in the store, on the shelf. Go and
if
ask
someone tells you there's a pool up there, don't listen to them.
No.
That's a prank.
It's a prank. Just go to your local comic book store and ask for Harley Quinn. Ask for the Elliott Kalin issues. They're on sale now, and they just keep coming out. I love writing it, and I hope you enjoy reading it. Now back to our game where I'm losing.
Well, enough talk of practical jokes. Let's get back to the bloopers. The Goofs, if you will.
What a segue.
This one.
Dan, you're getting pretty good at this. It only took like a little bit less than 2 decades.
Yeah. Well, did you see all that stumbling I did during the ad break? Well, here we go. Here's a goof for you, Goofsters.
Let me buckle my goof belt.
Yeah.
Pull
gonna
up
be a
your
goofy
socks
ride.
and strap on your sock garters because I'm about to knock them off. Near the end.
Knock the garters off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Near the end, when Alice is showing Tess her new office, she says, hit Shift S for your schedule. Now, on any keyboard anywhere, Shift S will bring up a capital S. So she would have to type something else for her schedule.
It's a good point.
Goddamn.
I'm going to guess it's Working Girl.
I'm going to guess it's Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Elliot, you are on the board.
God,
I think we both have
finally.
1 point now.
Finally.
It is Working Girl, but apparently Mike Nichols has never used a fucking computer in his life.
I'm going to believe that at that point in Mike Nichols' life, he had
probably.
not used a word processor.
Probably
Yeah.
he was not familiar
That is, I will say that's a dumb goof to worry about, but it is a pretty funny goof because, yeah, they should know that. That Shift S does just give you a capital S. Because that's also how it works on a typewriter, too.
Yeah.
Well, coincidentally, here's another typing-related goof. We're in the typing
We're in the
section
typing
here.
I love
zone,
it.
yeah.
Near the end, when Name Redacted is typing on her computer, apparently she's typing the longest word in the history of modern language because her fingers never touch the space bar. What kind
Yeah, we got
of
fucking
idiots?
Molly Bloom over here.
Yeah, are we to believe this is some sort of
Mrs. Bloom, I want to talk to you about this memo that you sent. Which half of
Germanic
it is just yes,
compound
I
word.
said yes over and over again.
who wrote this long-ass word?
Dan, you make a good point. They could just be typing in German. Let's see. So I assume it's not a German movie or a German character, or else it would be less of a goof.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not the bad guy from Raiders of the Lost Ark. So it's probably not Raiders of the Lost Ark. There's also, I don't think, any scenes of him typing in that movie.
No, it was
Yeah.
certainly before word processors. Not
Yes, I mean they had typewriters in the 1930s.
Not typewriters, but
yeah,
Somebody types a really long thing.
just a long time on a typewriter or on a computer.
You know what?
Also,
typing on her computer, it says.
Oh, okay.
So.
And what movie is this from?
You almost got me.
Almost gotcha. You just had to say it.
I'm going to say, let's see, typing on a computer.
Mm-hmm. It's a movie that has a computer in it. So
All right.
that'll
But from the 80s, that narrows it down.
It kind of does, right?
War
fingers
games.
never touch the space bar.
War games.
Okay?
Except
Good.
I don't know if a woman ever touches a keyboard in war games. I think it's all boys and
I'm
men.
going to say Real Genius.
It is When Harry Met Sally. Sally is typing at the end, and
Sally's
apparently
typing.
does not care to break up her words.
No, she's writing the old Roman Latin style where the words just run together.
Yeah, that's part of what took them so long to get together, I think. Is
He couldn't read their letters. Yeah.
Just mad at the length of the words in her. Pardon me, I have to belch. 1 second. Cover me, boys. You didn't cover me. You didn't cover me.
No.
You let me down.
I want to hear the belch.
Okay.
Yeah, we wanted to hear it.
Well,
After that build-up.
as punishment, you get another goof. Here's one.
No!
Both Name Redacted and Name Redacted have lunches that require refrigeration, sushi, and a carton of milk. Both of these are sitting in a warm library for hours, likely would make the consumers sick.
Oh, Breakfast Club.
That's what I was going to guess, too. Yeah.
Well, Stu got there first, so I'm
Yeah,
going to
he
give
got
him
there
the
first.
Breakfast Club.
Every time he says name redacted, I think he's saying Namer, and I'm like, Namor's in this?
Have
I'll
lunches
tell you,
that require...
if there is no way Namor would have stayed for the whole detention in the Breakfast Club. He would have said, the Prince of Atlantis, enclosed due to some principal's demand, Imperious Rex, and he would just burst out through the wall.
Yeah.
they do require refrigeration. I don't think that necessarily leaving out a carton of milk for like a morning is going to make you sick by the end of it. But
You don't know how long it was left
I'm
out
not
for.
the Goofmaster for this one.
But I thought you were the Goofmaster
I'm the
general.
Goofmaster general.
Oh, I see.
But I'm not this specific.
You're good at delegating. That's the thing. Yeah.
I don't know. Which one of my minions put this goof in there?
Yeah.
You're like, the secret of management is to trust the people who are doing the work. So I may not always agree with them, but I have faith that they're going to do right. And if they don't, I course correct.
Yeah. Well, they're failing the spot check. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Here's
a goof. The Breakfast Club is not an organized club. They receive no funding from the school for their activities. In fact, it's a detention.
Here's a goof. Why the fuck do they call themselves the Breakfast Club?
Yeah.
Doesn't really relate to anything.
No. Arms don't work as a good ashtray.
The movie opens with the screen smashing and cracking. In real life, screens do not spontaneously crash. Like, all right, thanks.
Characters. This is a new goof, by the way. Just
Okay. Oh, this is not a Breakfast Club because I was ready to see Breakfast Club again.
Characters use odd phrasing often. For example, sleptwalked. Something's funny going on. Have you ever dove? And of course, whomever might complain. Teague also refers to the large amount of software in the Freelings' living room, but almost certainly means the hardware of the video equipment. What kind of fucking goofsters would write this bullshit way of talking, this idiomatic way of talking that, people do all the time with malapropisms? Why does this goof stand?
I'm gonna say it's Sex, Lies, and Videotape by our old friend Irish Soda Bread.
I'm gonna say Poltergeist.
Stuart, my God, you're cleaning up. It's fucking Poltergeist.
He's got
Poltergeist.
it. Oh, man.
I honestly, I've seen Poltergeist many times. I've never noticed that they talk in an odd way. But this goof has, I guess, changed my mind.
I guess you haven't watched Poltergeist enough, and neither have I. I didn't notice it either.
Yeah. Do you know that was like, I think we talked about it. That was like the one thing that
Scary
really
movie.
Scared me as a kid. Like the guy peeling his skin off.
Yeah, that's a
Why
scary
would you
moment.
do that?
Yeah.
It's a good question.
What's the thinking behind it? You're only hurting yourself, pal.
There's no extra skin beneath that.
Maybe that's what he was trying to find out. He's like, am I a snake? Let me peel my skin off and see if there's more skin
Let's find
underneath.
out. Just a skull.
Yeah.
Not. I guess I'm not a snake or any sort of reptile.
I'm not one of the aliens from V or V the Final Battle.
No, neither. Yeah.
Well, let me send you out the door with one final goof.
Okay.
This goof, my God.
Really building up this goof.
Characters at an outdoor concert fan themselves, presumably to show how hot it is, even though there's obviously a heavy breeze that would make such activity superfluous. What fucking idiotic piece of Hollywood trash would make a mistake, a heat-related mistake like this?
I'm going to say Stand By Me pie eating scene.
I'm going to say La Bamba.
Well, surprisingly, this goof, while seemingly a bunch of nonsense, did have a clue to the movie in it, in that it was heat-related, as I said. This
Heat?
is Body
That's not
Heat.
an 80s
Body
movie?
Heat.
Oh, Body
Heat. Yeah, this was Heat, that famous scene that takes place at a concert when Robert De Niro and Al Pacino go to a concert together.
They go to see the Spin Doctors together, yeah.
That would have been awesome.
Well, I believe...
we're kind of two princes, aren't we? But on
I don't know.
opposite
It
sides.
takes place in L.A. They should have been like a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert.
Well,
I'm not stealing things. People are giving away their things.
Yeah. Why don't we meet under the bridge? Go on, Dan.
May I? You know what? I forgot what I was going to say.
I think we've learned a lot today.
It was that dead on Al Pacino I just did. That
It really was.
I transported you into the world of Heat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I was going to say to wrap it up. Honestly,
Right.
There's no way to prepare something like that.
I was going to recapitulate the score. That's what it was. I wasn't keeping careful track, but I believe
All tied up.
I believe it was 3-1 in Stuart's favor, which
I
makes
think Stuart
him
handily won this one.
Ooh.
he makes him the goof of the day.
Goof of the day. That's me.
Ironically, by missing out on the goofs, I'm the goofus, and Stuart is the gallant for this one.
So Dan, you're gonna update the Flophouse Instagram page to have a certificate of my awarding getting goof of the day.
Certificate of goofery.
The day.
I just feel like everyone should see my achievement.
I just wanted this to be a lesson to all you makers out there in Hollywood that the internet is on the case. They're not going to let you get away with these kinds of shoddy pieces of work. So make sure everything's tight, or else lest you be the goof But anyway.
Yeah, goof or be goofed. That's the law that Dan lives by.
Yeah.
This has been...
and as the Lord has said, goof not, lest ye be goofed yourself.
Goofed, yeah.
Blessed are the goof finders.
We got more goof.
They shall find goofs.
Yeah.
No, this is
And God said, "Let there be goofs," and there was.
This has been a short and goofy Flophouse Mini. We are the Flophouse Podcast, and you can find us on the Maximum Fun network of shows. There are other great podcasts. There's other ones about movies, if that's your interest, or if you're bored of movies after listening to us, listen to one of the ones that has nothing to do with movies. There's a lot of them, and they're funny. A lot of them too. I'm not casting shade. There's some of them that aren't meant to be funny, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But that's MaximumFun.org. Check them out. Check out our producer. He goes by Howell Doughty on the internet. Alex Smith is his name. He does a great job making us sound good. When we throw dumb stuff at him, he's always like, "Yeah, I can take care of that. I can do that for you."
It's like, let me pull these goofs out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. See you next time. For the Flophouse, I've been Dan McCoy.
I've been Goof of the Week, Stuart Wellington.
And I continue to be goofing up my goof identifying. This is Elliott Kalin. I'll goof you next time, Stuart. I'll goof you, but good.
You goof 100% of the shots you don't take, right?
Oh, I thought it was that you miss 100% of the shots you don't goof.
That's why you fucked up.
Accounts vary. All right, bye.
Maximum Fun.
A worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows.
Supported
directly
by you.